recording. So as Mike Miles says, the Forex market is an algorithm, okay, and it moves in a certain way. And it's the same thing with a Rubik's Cube, which I've got right here. I've had a Rubik's Cube for years and years in my room. It was a bit messed up and I had to buy a new one. But basically, I've always, I suppose with you guys, like, I don't know if you've ever had a Rubik's Cube or you've tried to solve it, but it is it's a real it messes with your mind, right? You don't know how to do it. But as Mike Miles says, you watch a YouTube video, you learn the algorithm, and then you can solve the Rubik's Cube. And that's what I've been doing today. I've been watching YouTube videos of how to actually solve a Rubik's Cube. And it just reminded me when I first was learning how to trade, I'm very, very uncomfortable with learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube. But over time, the more you practice, you learn the algorithm, in time, I will solve this Rubik's Cube. And it's exactly the same with the Forex market. The market moves in a certain way. Like when we come out of mama's womb, right, we didn't know how to trade the Forex. We didn't know how to solve a Rubik's Cube. But with the right training and the right guidance, with people showing you what to do, you can solve that algorithm, and you will know how to trade it. Now, I've become aware of something called quarter theory that we're all learning through Mike Miles, and basically, like with it, I'm just going to minimize the faces on this. So with quarter theory, it's certain numbers that are used, which is price action. And with these certain numbers on the chart, the market moves to these quarter theory levels, and it pretty much just bounces off these levels, so to speak. So how to set these quarter theory levels up is the best thing to do is you start at a very high time frame. So you want to go to the month, I would say the monthly time frame, okay? And then from the monthly time frame, what I look for is the high of the market here and the low. So that is pretty much where price currently is at the moment. And you want to start with what is called a major large quarter point, and it's like a massive round large number. Okay, so what you do is on the left hand side, you want to go and get your horizontal line like this. I just put it on the chart like this, and then what you do is on the right hand side, you've got all these price action numbers here. Okay, so a round number would be, for example, 1.34. I know that. Sorry, let's go back to where price actually is. So if we look here, we've got a number of 1.2 20,000, I believe that is. So all you do is you come here, you double click on it, and then it's telling you what are the coordinates. So we want to put in 20,000, okay? And then that has rounded it up to the pip of this number. And this is known as a major large quarter point. It's a whole round number. And we put this as a yellow color like this. And then you can put in the text, you should write in the text 1.2000. And this is a major large quarter point. It's this round number here is one of the most important numbers of the quarter theory. It's like when you were born and you go age 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you go up to 10, you're in a new age gap, 10, 11, 12, and it's the same thing with the quarter theory levels. So you got to remember the Forex market was designed by humans, and they wanted to make it easy for the algorithms to move in between these price levels. So the way they made it was they would have it as a round number here, and then they would go to the next round number 1,000 pips up. So to measure 1,000 pips up, on the left hand side you just grab your measure tool, and then I just go from the bottom here and I go up 1,000 pips. So as you can see, it's 950, and then we're nearly at 1,000. So 1,000 pips is there. I just click it, and then that's set there. I grab the horizontal line again, and I just come to here, and then I just place the next horizontal line there. And then on the right hand side, you can see that it's near the 1.3000. So it's gone from 1.2000 to 1.3000. But what you want to do is you want to double click on it, come to the coordinates, and then you want to punch in the dios. So now that's rounded up to the pip. Then that moved down slightly. Don't know if you could see that. And then what you do is you just punch in 1.3000, and this is the next major large quarter point. Okay, and as you can see from the bottom where I've just put in this 1.200, can you see how the market has respected it to the pip on a monthly candle? So one candle represents a whole month to the pip on the line, and again to the pip on a line. And that's not coincidence. That is by purpose, because the market moves as an algorithm. Like I just picked this pair completely random. I just punched in the numbers as you'd seen, and there's already 2 touches to this yellow line, you know, and this is the crazy thing. So that is how you set up the major large quarter points. It's 1,000 pips in between. And then what we want to do, it's probably best to come down to the weekly chart, I reckon. And then what you want to do is you want to measure 250 pips up, okay, which is around there. Grab the horizontal line, put that in there, double click on it, and then this will be 122,550, I believe it is. And that is known as a large quarter point. So from there to there is exactly 250 pips. From there to there is 250 pips. And that is a large quarter point. So that's the next point that the market would like to move to in time. And this would be a purple color. So then you just put in the number again, 122,550. This is a large quarter point, okay? And then, so that, as you can see here, the market has respected this large quarter point there, and it's respected it there, and it's respected it here as well. So it just shows that these quarter levels are very, very powerful, and it just confirms that the market actually does in fact move off these levels. So we want to do the same thing again, measure 250 pips up, and this is a very important level now. So this is 2500, okay, and this, although this is a large quarter point, it is exactly the middle between the major large quarter point and this major large quarter point. It's 500 pips, so it's bang in the middle. Okay, so this is a large quarter point, but it's the mid half point, so you can put that for reference as well. And then you click OK, and as you can see, this line I've just drawn here, you can see that this blue candle has respected it here. It's closed there, it's closed there, and it's dropped. So you can see how this is unfolded now. And then the last thing you want to do with the next large quarter point is measure 250 pips again. And this is the last large quarter point that we're going to be putting in, like so. Double click on it, and then we want to round it up. I think it's 27550, and then that moves it down a little bit, 1.27550, and that's a large quarter point. And the only way I've got good at this is just by practicing, but really what helped me out was this measure tool. So if you actually do it from here to here, that is exactly 250 pips, is it? Yeah, from there to there, it's 250 pips. So you've got your major large quarter points in yellow, and then you've got your 3 large quarter points in the middle, and then don't forget this is the mid half point here. Now, Mike, in the quarter theory book, they mainly talk about trading the 250 pips, but we trade, and Mike Miles trades on a intraday level. So what you want to do really is come down to the 1 hour chart, and then what you do is we measure up in 50 pips now. So it is slightly time consuming, but like I mentioned to you, once this is done, you won't have to do this again for months. Okay, and this is the next level. So this is 1.20500. So that represents a half level because it's got a 5 in it. It's a half. It's halfway. So 1.20500. This would be a half level because it's got a 5 in it. It's like a half. It's halfway. So this would be a green color for a half level. Okay, and then if we measure this again from here to here, another 50 pips. Like at first you're gonna be slow at this. I was slow, and then after a while you do get faster. So this would be 21000. Yeah, so that's rounded to a whole level now. This is a whole number, 1.21, 1.21000, and this is a whole level, WL, and then that would be blue. So that's a whole level. And then guys, you just keep doing this until you complete the full 1000 pip range. Okay, so this would be 1.21500, 1.21500, and that will be a half level because it's got a 5 in it, and then that's going to be green, and then you just keep doing it basically. This is going to be a whole level, so 1.22000, and this is a whole level, and whole levels are blue. So what helped me out is I actually wrote this down. I wrote that a whole level is blue, a half level is green, a large quarter point is purple. Another thing, guys, before I forget, is when you click on the horizontal line, at the bottom, you will see a lock tool. Lock. So if you click that button there, lock. I think last time I did this, TradingView is quite smart, and it actually remembered to keep all of them locked, so I didn't have to keep clicking them and clicking lock. And what this does, if you accidentally click on it and then you move your thing, it won't actually move. Like say that wasn't locked, if you click on that accidentally and then you move it, it would actually move it out the way. It's not a problem if it does do that. There is an undo tool at the top here, so you can just click undo and it will put it back to its place. But once you've put your quarter levels down, I would just lock them so they're in place. So let's do the next one. So this would be 50 pips. So this would be a whole level, 23,000. So 1.23 thousand, and that's a whole level because it's a whole number, and whole numbers are blue, which it already is. So we click OK, and this one, as you can see, it's already locked it. So it's quite clever that it actually remembers it. And what I've said before as well, like this might seem time consuming and you might be thinking, oh, I don't really want to do this, I don't have the time to do this. But if you think of like traders in general, they are forever putting things on their charts. They are drawing like, what's that, 23,500. So this would be a half level. They're always drawing things on their charts. They're drawing trend lines. They're drawing support and resistance. They're drawing Fibonacci. They're drawing pitchforks. They're drawing whatever it is. They're drawing stuff like every single day. Every single day they're doing it. And like I said to you, with this style of drawing this quarter levels, you do this once, you won't have to do this again for months. Like what would you rather do? For me just telling you right now, like I would rather just do this once and then not worry about it for months, you know. There is an indicator that does all this automatically. And this is the next one, 24,000. So this will be 1.24000. And this is going to be a whole level. Whole levels are blue. So we choose blue and then OK. And then that's locked. Yeah, there is an indicator for this. So if you really don't want to draw these levels, it's called automatic quarter theories. It is a free indicator that you can download it. Is this going to be 25? No, 24,500. I believe it might be. Yeah, 1.24500. So this is a half level. Half levels are green. Put in the green. Yeah, so there is a quarter theory, or it's called automatic quarter theories indicator. I have used it before. The only problem with the indicator is once you've, I mean, you can go ahead and test it out if you want. The only issue with it is once you've got the quarter theory levels done, and it literally does it instantly. Every time you click onto a new pair, it squashes the charts down every time, and you have to keep opening, like clicking and dragging the numbers so they open up, and it gets a little bit annoying, to be honest with you. One thing I was thinking of though, if you had the free version of oh no, that's too many fives. If you did have the free version of TradingView and you didn't want to pay for it, for example, then the indicator might be a good thing to use just to save some time. Because say for example, because I've paid for TradingView, and then say like when it runs out, I'm like, oh, I don't want to pay for TradingView anymore. I want to go and get the free version, right? That means that I would lose all of my quarter theory levels, because I've had to create a new email address for a new account, and then when that 30 days is up, then I have to go and create these quarter theory levels again. So just keep that in mind with the indicators. So I'm only gonna do a few more really, because I just want to see what you guys think of this. But this is all you do. You just do it every 50 pips. Is that 26? Yeah, 1.26000. Excuse me, and this is a whole level. So it's every 50 pips, and I'm just going to stop it here actually, and then. So as you can see, this is on the 1 hour chart now, and the market nearly reached this area. That will probably count as a touch. I think Mike Miles says if it's like, well, actually it's a little bit away. Yeah, that's a little bit away. But the market does move to these quarter theory levels, and it's just like an algorithm. So here to the pip, it's touched there, and I won't go into how we trade it today. I think what we'll do is we'll go into how to trade it next week and stuff. But this session was just about how to set it up. Actually, before, what I'll do is I will show you the quarter theory indicator and show you it in action. I think I had it as a favorite actually. Here it is. So this is the quarter theory indicator. As you can see, it's drawn all the lines for you. Happy days. You might be thinking this is great, and it is great. I'm not going to lie to you. However, so the major, the quarter, so yeah, pretty much everything. Really, I mean, they might have fixed it. I don't actually know, but let's say we go to Euro GBP. So can you see that it squashed the candles? I didn't know if you could see that then. So if we go back to here, see it squashes them down. Like say for example, we had it all nice like this, for example, or say even we was like zoomed in a bit like this. We're zoomed in, and then we're like, right, okay, let's go and look at another pair. We go and look at another pair, and then it does that. It squashes it in, and it can get a bit annoying. So you have to like keep zooming in, keep opening your chart. You don't get the actual. It doesn't actually tell you what each level is, like a large quarter point or a mid half point, because it is important to know what ones are what. So the most powerful. Actually, let's turn this off. I know I hit the drawing tools, didn't I? Okay. So the most powerful levels, I would say, is the major large quarter point, the yellow line, the two yellow lines, and the purple lines. They're like the most important out of all the lines. It's the purple one and the yellow one, and then the next one would be a whole level, and the least important would be a half level. So just something to keep in mind. And this is basically just how you set up the quarter theory lines and their relevance. How was that for you guys? You got any questions at all?
Yeah, it was good. I just want to say one. When you got the free version, can you save it? So in case you accidentally delete it and you can't go back on it, is there a way of saving it? The line.
Yeah, I think you can save it. I'll just
so you've always got it saved, and you can.
Yeah, you can do save as. You can save it. Yeah, definitely. You can save. You can change the colors. You can
Is that,
change
can you save the lines that you created? Sorry.
my lines.
Yeah. That your lines. Yeah. Can you save them?
Yeah, so they're already saved on the chart as it is.
Like
You
I
locked
said,
it, didn't you?
deleted them all, didn't it?
Yeah, so this is locked here. So you click on it. That's the lock tool. So that's locked, and that's saved.
Delete them.
As soon as you
And then,
put anything on the chart, it saves it for you. Save all. It just saves it anyway.
Do you have to do it with every pair?
I've only done it for the major pairs at the moment. So I'm just trading the major currency pairs at this
But
moment.
when you do a new pair, do you have to do it again?
Yeah. So once you've got a brand new pair, so let's say you put in like Euro GB, you would have to draw all those lines unless you use the indicator. But like I said, it squashes the chart down when you do it.
So you can't really see it very well.
It's a bit annoying. So like I said, the way I look at it is if you spend the time just doing it like once and then you get good at it and you understand the different levels by doing it yourself and stuff, you won't have to do it for months. So you're saving yourself time really, because like I said, the other guys every single day they're drawing new trend lines, they're drawing new support and resistance, they're drawing new pitchforks, they're drawing new harmonic patterns, whatever it is they're doing it every single day. With these quarter through levels, it's like it's there for months, you know.
Yeah.
So it is worth doing it, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got any more questions at all?
Does it it's very relevant in those lines to the
Yeah, definitely, because the market just moves like an algorithm, and all we're looking for is we're looking for the market to break through one of those levels, come back and respect it, and then go into the buy or the sell on its intended direction, or the market has come up to one of those levels, has moved away, and then has come back to those levels and then pushed away, and that's when you get in for the sell or the buy. That's how Mike Miles trades and teaches. So that's what I think is good. It's price action. It's no indicators. And
what are indicators?
indicators are just like, for example, what I just showed you, that automatic quarter three, that's an indicator. You've got
Trend line?
trend line is not so much an indicator. Like I'll show you. There's I don't. We've only got 5 minutes left, but then we can always do another call if you wanted to carry this on. But basically, when you come up the top here, you'll see indicators, and there's thousands of indicators. Public library. So you've got MACD is an indicator. RSI is a popular one. Fibonacci levels.
vibrator.
RSI, support and resistance indicator. Like there is thousands of indicators out there, and Mike Miles doesn't use any indicators. He just goes by price action. So he just trades off the algorithm numbers that these markets seems to respect off. So that's what we're going to be going by.
So you're normally looking for the second touch.
Yeah, next Tuesday, I think we'll go into training of like how to get in, what to look for, because once you do know how to trade the style, like you can actually trade it on your phone. You can get TradingView app on your phone, so when your alerts go off, you could just be.
Got it on my phone.
Huh?
I've got it.
Good man.
TradingView.
Yeah, that's it. So there has been a couple of days when I've just been in my bed and I had my alerts go off on the computer or whatever. I couldn't be bothered to get up, being lazy, and I was just had it on my phone, and I was looking at it on my phone, and it's exactly the same setup. I had the green line, the blue line, and all that stuff, and I was watching it to see whether it's going to do what I wanted it to do, and then I just went straight onto the MetaTrader 4 app on my phone. and then just place the trade. You know, I did it all on my phone. So
What are the alerts like? How do they come up? Like,
yeah,
is it a certain situation?
yeah. So next week I'll be doing alerts as well, because I don't stare at the computer all day and wait for it to do it. I set alerts. For example, say the market is either going to come to this green line or this blue line. I'll set an alert here. Right click, add alert, create, and then there's that alert there, the orange alert. Do an alert here, for example, say price was in the middle, yeah, for example, and then I will get told if the market's come to this green line or it's gone to this blue line, and then I just wait for it to do the pattern. You look for the pattern, and then you just get in for the buy or the sell. I'm still not perfect at it. I need to be a little bit more patient. I still need to, because don't forget, I've only been doing this like 2 months, 3 months, or whatever it is. So I'm nowhere near Mike's level. I never will be. But you know, I'm getting there every day, just turning up, and that's why I want to get you guys to my level as well. So I'm just passing on what I know so far. So.
We appreciate it. Appreciate the help.
But yeah, this is being recorded. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into the Discord chat and watch this video again. Just pause it and just copy along what I was doing, and then draw these lines on your own charts. Practice how to do it. You know, practice makes perfect. It's all well and good watching a video. You need to go ahead and go and do it yourself. And just write down the levels. Half level is green, for example, and the large call point is purple, for example, and just practice it. That's all I did. I did about 10 in one day, and now I do it without thinking about it, unconscious competent, right? So I just do it without thinking about it, and that's what I think you guys should start to do as well.
Yeah, that's good. No, I will do. I've done it on 3. The ones that Mike done are the ones he trades.
Oh yeah.
So you recommend doing the others as well, yeah?
Yeah, I'd say just do it on the what they call the major currency pairs. Just a bit more practice, and then see how the market is reacting off those levels as well. But Mike says you can do this on gold, you can do this on crypto, you can do it on any market. So. But time's up, guys, unfortunately. But I appreciate you jumping on. It's probably good for the recording as well. It's going to be 40 minutes or whatever it is. But yeah,
how long is that? 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Yeah. So if you've got any questions, put it in the chat or just send me a message and stuff. But yeah, use this video and just practice and start drawing them on your own charts.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Yeah, we'll do.
I won't be here next week.
No worries. No worries.
Going to Spain.
Nice. We'll catch up soon anyway. All right, then. See you in a bit.
See you later.
Bye.